At 68, Margaret loved her morning walks, until one day she struggled to climb a simple flight of stairs. Within months, her legs felt too weak to carry her through the grocery store. Doctors told her it was just aging, but the real reason was hiding in her kitchen. What if I told you that the food on your plate could be accelerating your muscle loss by up to 30%? Most people don't realize that certain everyday foods are quietly draining their strength, making it harder to stay active and independent. The good news? By removing just 3 common foods, you can slow down muscle decline and even rebuild strength, no matter your age. Let's uncover these hidden culprits before they take more of your mobility. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. 1. Processed foods and trans fats. The silent attack on your legs. Let me introduce you to Frank Miller, a 73-year-old retiree from Denver who was once the most active member of his retirement community. He was full of energy, leading group hikes in the mountains, playing catch with his grandkids, and taking long evening strolls with friends. Life was good. But then, almost overnight, everything changed. Suddenly, Frank found himself struggling to climb a simple flight of stairs. A short walk to his mailbox left him gasping for breath, and his once strong legs felt heavy as if they were weighed down by invisible chains. At first, he brushed it off as just another part of aging. But as the weakness grew worse, he knew something wasn't right. Concerned, Frank visited his doctor, who ran a series of tests. They checked his heart, lungs, and circulation. They examined his joints and even looked for signs of nerve damage. But the results came back normal. There was no clear explanation for his sudden decline. So what was stealing his strength? The surprising answer lay in something he had never even considered: his diet. The hidden danger in processed foods. After his wife passed away, Frank's eating habits changed drastically. Cooking for one felt like too much effort, so he turned to quick, easy meals, frozen dinners, fast food, and packaged snacks. They were convenient, cheap, and required little to no preparation. What he didn't realize, however, was that these processed foods were secretly attacking his body from the inside out. Highly processed foods are loaded with artificial ingredients, unhealthy fats, and excessive sodium. Over time, they create chronic low-grade inflammation, which damages the body in ways most people don't see until it's too late. Think of your blood vessels as highways delivering oxygen and nutrients to your muscles. When inflammation builds up, these highways become clogged and inefficient. That means your muscles, especially in your legs, get fewer nutrients, leading to progressive weakness and fatigue. Dr. Sarah Jenkins, a physician from the Mayo Clinic, explains. Most seniors don't realize that trans fats in processed foods can reduce muscle protein synthesis by up to 50%. That means your body's ability to repair and build muscle is severely compromised, leading to rapid muscle loss, especially in the legs. And the damage doesn't stop there. Many processed foods interfere with calcium absorption, making bones more fragile and increasing the risk of fractures. Worse, they contribute to excess body fat while reducing lean muscle mass, placing even more strain on the legs and joints. Where are trans fats hiding? Trans fats and harmful preservatives lurk in more foods than you might think. Some of the worst offenders include frozen dinners. Some contain high amounts of sodium and trans fats, which increase inflammation. Deli meats are packed with preservatives like nitrates, which impair circulation and increase the risk of heart disease. Fast food meals, a toxic combination of trans fats, refined carbohydrates, and excessive sodium, leading to weight gain and poor muscle health. Instant oatmeal and cereals are often loaded with hidden sugars and artificial preservatives that increase inflammation. Margarine and vegetable oils, major sources of trans fats that silently promote muscle loss and stiffness. The turning point: how Frank took back his strength. Determined to reclaim his mobility, Frank decided to make a change. He realized that if food could harm his body, it could also help heal it. Instead of relying on frozen meals, he started batch cooking fresh food on Sundays. He replaced deli meats with roasted turkey and grilled chicken, swapped unhealthy vegetable oils for olive oil, and cut out processed snacks in favor of fresh fruit, nuts, and plain yogurt. At first, it wasn't easy. He missed the convenience of packaged meals. But as the weeks passed, something incredible happened. His body started to respond. Within just 3 weeks, Frank noticed his legs felt lighter and less fatigued. By the 1-month mark, he could walk longer distances without stopping. After 2 months, he was able to take a full lap around the neighborhood without feeling out of breath. His transformation was remarkable. He felt like himself again, full of energy, strength, and enthusiasm for life. Take control of your health. Frank's story is a powerful reminder that what we eat directly impacts our strength and mobility as we age. The good news? It's never too late to make a change. By cutting out processed foods and focusing on whole, nutrient-dense meals, you can protect your muscles, improve circulation, and keep your legs strong for years to come. So ask yourself, what's on your plate today? The right choices now could mean a healthier, more active future, one step at a time. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. 2. Refined sugar. The sweet poison stealing your strength. Now, meet Martha Williams, a 68-year-old woman with a lifelong sweet tooth. She enjoyed life's little pleasures, a spoonful of sugar in her morning coffee, a cookie after lunch, and a bowl of ice cream before bed. She never thought much of it. After all, it was just a little sugar. How bad could it be? But then, subtle changes started creeping in. She began feeling more sluggish in the mornings, her legs felt heavier, and standing for long periods became uncomfortable. Soon, she found herself struggling with balance, unexpected joint pain, and an increasing sense of weakness in her legs. Tasks that once seemed effortless, walking up the front steps, carrying groceries, or even getting up from a chair, became daunting. At first, Martha blamed it on aging. But when her symptoms worsened, she visited her doctor, who suggested something she hadn't considered, cutting back on sugar. Skeptical but hopeful, she decided to give it a try. How sugar weakens your legs. Refined sugar does far more than satisfy a sweet craving. It silently wreaks havoc on your muscles and bones. Every time you eat sugary foods, your blood sugar spikes, forcing your body to release a surge of insulin. Over time, this repeated cycle leads to insulin resistance, a condition where your cells stop responding to insulin effectively. This prevents vital nutrients from reaching your muscles, which causes progressive weakness, especially in the legs. Dr. Robert Chen, an endocrinologist at Cleveland Clinic, warns. Insulin resistance doesn't just affect blood sugar. It blocks nutrients from reaching your muscles, making them weaker. And since leg muscles support your entire body, this loss is felt most in mobility. But that's not the only way sugar damages the body. Excess sugar also triggers chronic inflammation, which attacks muscle fibers and slows down muscle repair. This inflammation contributes to stiffness, pain, and overall weakness, making even simple movements feel exhausting. To make matters worse, sugar also increases calcium loss from bones. Since calcium is essential for bone strength, excessive sugar intake can lead to weaker, more fragile bones, increasing the risk of falls and fractures. Where is sugar hiding? Many people think they don't eat much sugar, but refined sugar is hidden in countless everyday foods, even ones that don't taste particularly sweet. Here are some common culprits. Flavored yogurt. Some brands contain up to 30 grams of sugar per serving, more than a candy bar. Breakfast cereals. A single serving can pack 4 teaspoons of added sugar or more. Sports drinks and fruit juices, marketed as healthy but often loaded with excessive sugar. Pasta sauce and salad dressings, sneaky sources of sugar that most people overlook. Granola bars and healthy snacks, often packed with sugar, honey, or syrups disguised as natural sweeteners. Even foods labeled as low-fat or healthy can be sugar traps. Many companies remove fat from products to make them healthier, but add extra sugar to compensate for the lost flavor. The turning point: how Martha got her strength back. Determined to reclaim her mobility, Martha made a conscious effort to cut back on sugar. She started small but stayed consistent. She swapped sugary coffee for unsweetened tea and lemon water. Instead of flavored yogurt, she switched to plain Greek yogurt with fresh berries. She avoided processed snacks and opted for nuts, cheese, and dark chocolate in moderation. She reduced her intake of packaged foods, carefully reading labels to avoid hidden sugars. At first, it was tough. The cravings hit hard, and she missed her nightly dessert. But as the days passed, something incredible happened. Her body began to respond. After just 2 weeks, her morning stiffness and joint pain noticeably improved. By the 1-month mark, she had more energy, fewer sugar cravings, and better balance. Within 3 months, she could walk up her driveway without stopping for the first time in years. Martha's transformation was more than just physical. It gave her back her confidence and independence. Take control of your health. Sugar might seem harmless, but over time, it silently chips away at your strength, energy, and mobility. The good news? You don't have to give it up entirely. Just reduce your intake and choose better alternatives. By making mindful changes, swapping refined sugar for natural sources, avoiding processed foods, and fueling your body with real, whole foods, you can protect your muscles, strengthen your bones, and keep your legs strong and steady for years to come. So, what will be your first step toward cutting back on sugar? Your future self will thank you. 3. High-sodium foods. The hidden salt trap. Robert Jenkins, a 77-year-old retired teacher, always considered himself relatively health-conscious. He didn't sprinkle extra salt on his meals and tried to eat a balanced diet. So, when his legs started feeling unusually heavy, swollen, and weak, he never suspected that sodium could be the culprit. At first, he assumed it was just part of getting older. But when even short walks left him feeling exhausted, he knew something was wrong. His doctor suggested he track his daily meals for a week to see if there were any hidden dietary issues. The results were shocking. How much sodium was he eating? Although Robert wasn't adding much salt to his food, he was unknowingly consuming large amounts of sodium through processed and packaged foods. His daily diet included a bowl of canned soup, 1,000 milligrams sodium. A frozen dinner, 1,200 milligrams sodium. Deli meats, crackers, and cheese, hidden sodium sources. By the end of the day, his sodium intake was nearly triple the recommended amount for seniors. How too much salt weakens your legs. Most people associate high sodium intake with high blood pressure, but few realize how it directly affects muscle strength and mobility. Excess sodium causes fluid retention. Too much salt makes your body hold on to water, leading to swollen, heavy legs. This extra fluid buildup puts pressure on blood vessels, making it harder for oxygen and nutrients to reach muscles. Salt reduces blood flow to the muscles. When sodium levels are too high, it can damage small blood vessels, especially those in the legs. Dr. Michael Harrison from the American Heart Association explains, high sodium intake forces your heart to work harder, damaging the small blood vessels that supply your leg muscles. Over time, this leads to muscle fatigue and weakness. Sodium increases calcium loss. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Too much salt causes the body to excrete calcium through urine, which weakens bones over time. Weak bones can lead to poor coordination, leg cramps, and a higher risk of falls. Where is salt hiding? Many people don't realize how much salt is lurking in everyday foods. Even if you never touch a salt shaker, you could still be eating excessive sodium. Here are some surprising sources. Breakfast cereals. Some brands contain up to 300 milligrams of sodium per serving. Bread and baked goods. Just 2 slices of bread can add 300 milligrams of sodium to your daily intake. Canned vegetables and soups. Some soups contain over 1,000 milligrams of sodium per serving. Restaurant meals. A single entree at a restaurant can have more sodium than your entire daily limit. Condiments and sauces. Ketchup, soy sauce, and salad dressings are often loaded with salt. Even foods labeled as low-fat or healthy can be packed with hidden sodium. The turning point. How Robert regained strength. After learning about the impact of sodium on his legs, Robert made a conscious effort to reduce his intake and choose healthier alternatives. He replaced canned soups with homemade vegetable soup using fresh ingredients. Instead of processed deli meats, he opted for freshly grilled chicken and fish. He cut back on crackers, cheese, and salty snacks, swapping them for unsalted nuts, fresh fruit, and Greek yogurt. He started reading nutrition labels carefully, looking for low sodium or no added salt options. At first, he missed the salty flavors, but as the weeks went by, he noticed some incredible changes in his body. After just 4 weeks, his leg swelling significantly decreased. His shoes fit better, and he felt less sluggish. By 2 months, walking felt easier and more natural. No more feeling like his legs were weighed down by bricks. His blood pressure improved, reducing his risk of heart problems and stroke. Small changes, big results. Robert's story is a powerful reminder that small dietary changes can have a massive impact on your health. Many seniors don't realize how much hidden sodium they consume daily. But by cutting back on processed foods, choosing fresh ingredients, and making mindful swaps, you can. White heavy check mark reduce leg swelling. White heavy check mark improve blood circulation. White heavy check mark strengthen bones and muscles. White heavy check mark boost overall energy levels. So, take a closer look at your sodium intake. Your legs and your heart will thank you. So, what have we learned today? The foods we eat every day, processed meals, sugary treats, and high-sodium snacks, can silently weaken our legs, drain our energy, and even make simple movements feel like a challenge. But the good news is that small changes in your diet can make a huge difference. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned from this video that you will start practicing in your life? Maybe you'll cut back on processed foods, swap sugary drinks for healthier alternatives, or reduce your sodium intake. Whatever it is, comment below and let us know. If you found this video helpful, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support helps us create more valuable content for you. See you in the next video.